Hello everyone! In this tutorial we are going to crochet the Rosa flower and use them for a garland. You can use your flowers for anything you like. They are pretty and versatile. You can also do them in several different kinds of yarn to come up with a few different sizes. Thank you for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. Now let's get started. This tutorial is brought to you by NewAir Luxury Compact Appliances. This is the NewAir Beverage Fridge. This cute little fridge can actually hold 126 cans. The door seems well built and even has a lock on it. I also really like that the LED light can be switched on or off. It has 6 wire shelves that are coated for easy cleaning. You also have a temperature setting from 0 all the way to 7. For more information on this mini fridge and a coupon, please check the description box in the drop-down below. For materials, I am using a worsted weight cotton yarn. I am also using an F 3.75mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, and a yarn needle for weaving in ends. Begin the small flower by creating a slip knot. Wrap the yarn around your fingers twice. Grab the back yarn and pull it over to the front. And when now is the back yarn, you're going to pull up and over off your finger. Insert your hook and pull down that slip knot. And now we are going to chain 5. To chain, you're going to yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And then you're just going to continue that until you have 5 chains. Never count this loop on your hook. Now slip stitch to form a ring. Insert your hook, grab your yarn, and pull it through and through. Round 1, chain 2. This chain 2 is going to count as our first stitch. Now we're going to place 11 half double crochet into this ring. To half double crochet, yarn over. You can hold that yarn on your hook with your finger. Insert your hook into the ring, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We now have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops for the half double crochet. We're going to do that again. There's 2. Continue until you have 12 stitches total. And remember, we are going to count that chain 2 at the beginning as our first stitch. Here I have 12 stitches total. And if you turn your work like this, you can see that each stitch creates a V, so you can easily count your stitches like that. We're then going to slip stitch. So insert your hook into the second chain of that chain 2 at the beginning. Grab your yarn and pull it through and then through the loop on your hook for a slip stitch. Now we're all ready to begin round 2. For round 2, we're going to be creating some loops. So to begin, chain 1 and single crochet into your next stitch. To single crochet, insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through both loops for the single crochet. Now chain 4, skip 1 stitch and single crochet into the next stitch. Chain 4, skip 1 stitch and single crochet into the following stitch. Continue all the way around, and at the end you should have 6 chain 4 loops. Here I am at the end of round 2 and I have chained 4. Just slip stitch to your very first single crochet. And now we are ready to begin round 3. Round 3, chain 1 and a single crochet into that same space. We're then going to chain 5. single crochet into your previous single crochet. And then chain 5 again. Single crochet into your previous single crochet. And then repeat again. Continue all the way around, and again you should have 6 chain 5 loops. When you get to the end of the round, just slip stitch to your very first single crochet. To begin round 4, chain 1 and single crochet into that previous single crochet. We're now going to chain 2 and place 5 treble stitches into this first chain space. To treble crochet, you're going to yarn over twice, and holding that yarn on your hook, insert your hook into the chain, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We now have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. And there we have our first treble. So go ahead and do it again. We're going to yarn over twice, insert our hook, grab our yarn and pull up a loop. There's our 4 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 once, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over and pull through 2 the last time. And we're just going to do this until we have 5 of these stitches. Once we have 5, I will meet back up again and we will create a picot. Once you have 5 treble stitches, we are going to create a picot. For this particular pattern, we're just going to chain twice, and then it says to slip stitch into your very first stitch, or very first chain here. But instead, I like to, you can totally do that. You can slip stitch into that second or first chain there. But I like to go ahead and take these 2 loops on the sides of the treble here and slip stitch through there instead. So that's what that looks like. And there I have created a picot. From here you're going to place 5 more treble into this same chain space. So once I have 5 more treble, we can meet back up and finish. So here I have 5 more treble complete, and now to finish this petal we just chain 2 and a single crochet in our previous single crochet here. So now we're just going to continue like this all the way around, and each one of these chain spaces we're going to create the same petal. So you're going to chain 2, 5 treble, picot, which is chain 2 slip stitch, 5 treble, chain 2, single crochet in previous single crochet. Once we have all of those petals finished, I will meet back up and show you how my work is looking. Once you come to the end of round 4, you're just going to slip stitch into your first single crochet. And now we can begin the last round. For round 5, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to jump down here and slip stitch into this single crochet down here. And what I like to do is just fold the petal back like this, and then go in for my slip stitch. And that's what that looks like. And now we can work on these spaces here. We're going to chain 2 and then place 3 treble, picot, 3 treble, chain 2, and single crochet. 3 treble first, now picot, and 3 more treble into the same space. chain 2, and now we're going to single crochet into this previous single crochet. But being that it's already used, we're going to have to use it again. So I'm just going to fold back these petals again. And as you see, it's used here, but I'm just going to go in like this, kind of at an angle. And we're going to single crochet. So that anchors that little petal down. Now chain 2 and create another petal in this next chain space. So chain 2, 3 treble, picot, 3 treble, chain 2, and single crochet. Continue all the way around, then slip stitch to your very first, this space right here, and then you can weave in your ends and cut your yarn. From here, just pull out all the petals, and that way it'll lie a little bit more flat. And now it's ready for anything you like. Here is my work after round 3. Round 4, we're going to be copying round 2 again. So we're going to chain 1, single crochet in that previous single crochet, and then chain 6 this time. Then single crochet in that previous single crochet. Once this round is finished, go ahead and slip stitch to your very first single crochet, and then we can meet back up for the next round. Here is my work after round 4. To begin round 5, chain 1 and single crochet into your previous single crochet. Now the next stitches are all going to be worked into this round 4 loop right here. Chain 2, and now we're going to place 5 treble stitches into this chain space. To treble, you're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook into the loop, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. We're going to do that again. Yarn over twice, insert your hook, grab your yarn and pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. We want to continue this until we have 5 treble stitches total. Here I have my 5 treble stitches, and now we're going to create a picot. For this particular pattern, a picot is chain 2, and then slip stitch into your first chain. But I don't really care for that look, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to go into the side of my previous stitch. So I'm grabbing those 2 yarns on the side, and I'm just creating a slip stitch. So there's the little picot, and now we continue with this and we place 5 more of those trebles into this space. Once you have those other 5 treble, you want to chain 2 to complete the petal and single crochet in that previous single crochet. And then you're just going to repeat this for each one of these chain spaces here. So you're going to do a chain 2, 5 treble, picot, which is chain 2 slip stitch, 5 treble, chain 2, single crochet. Once this round is complete, I can meet back up and show you how it looks. Here is my work after round 5. For round 6, you're going to chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch into the single crochet down here of round 3. So I'm just going to go right like this. I'm actually going to fold my flower a little bit like that so I can get to that single crochet, and then I'm just inserting my hook, grabbing my yarn and pulling it through and then through. So there I have jumped down onto the flower, and now chain 2 And we're going to place 4 trebles onto this chain for round 3 here. There's 1 for me, and I will meet back up again when I have 4. Then you're going to do a picot, so chain 2 and slip stitch. And then 4 more treble, chain 2, and then we're going to single crochet into this previous single crochet. And when we get there, I will show you how that looks. Now for this single crochet, again, I'm just going to like fold those other petals back behind the work so I can get into that single crochet. So we already have a stitch in that single crochet, and I am just going to use it again. So I'm just going to single crochet into it again. And then we can repeat this same petal into this next space. So you want to chain 2, then 4 trebles, picot, 4 trebles, chain 2, and then single crochet in your previous single crochet. Continue in this fashion all the way around, and when you get back over here, you just want to slip stitch into that space, and then we can begin round 7. Once you get to the end of round 6, you can just find a space to slip stitch into, and that might be a little difficult, but just find a spot. Just to anchor that last petal down. And then we're going to begin round 7. This is also our last round. So we're just going to chain 1 and then do the same thing we did for round 6. And we're going to slip stitch down here into round 2. So you're going to slip stitch down into that single crochet, just like that. And now all of these last chain spaces, we're going to chain 2, place 3 treble, picot, 3 treble, chain 2, and single crochet. So again, once that petal is complete, I will meet back up and show you how it looks. So here's my first petal of round 7. So I did 3 treble, picot, 3 treble. Now I've chained 2, and we're just going to single crochet in that previous single crochet. And again, we've already used it, so we just want to use it again. So just do a single crochet. And then chain 2 and begin the next petal in this chain space. So again, 3 treble, picot, chain 2, slip stitch, and then 3 treble, chain 2, and single crochet in your previous single crochet. When you come back around, go ahead and slip stitch so you can anchor that last petal, and then we can see how the work is looking. After you have done your last slip stitch of row 7, you just want to snip your yarn, and then you can just take that tail and pull it through the last loop on your hook there. Cinch it down, and then take your yarn needle and you can sew in all of these ends. After your flower is all finished, you can just take it and work on it. Just pull out each petal and flatten it out. You can also spritz it with a little bit of water if you like. This sometimes helps the yarn block out a little bit. So much prettier and ready for whatever you want to do with it. For my garland, I created 2 chains, one for the top and one for the bottom. I used a variegated green cotton yarn. First, I made a slip knot and chained 132 for the small chain, and for the large chain, I chained 150. I then just snipped my yarn and pulled the tail through the last loop on my hook. Place your flowers where you think they look best. Using your yarn needle and a piece of yarn the same color as your flower, place a stitch in the top of the petal and just do a simple knot to hold it on. Use a pin or tack and hang up your beautiful garland. I hope you enjoy making this super fun flower garland. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. Have a lovely crochet day, and I hope to see you again in my next tutorial.